everyone, and welcome once again to our podcast series, Fab at 50. My name is Joyce, also known as MJ's Lifestyle Fitness, and I'm here today with my co-host, AK of Life, as I call him, Akin Ario. Hi, AK, how you doing?
It's incredible, your voice.
That's what you keep telling
me. The way
me.
you just go from quiet to
and zoom in.
Boom, boom. It's interesting.
How's it going?
It's going well.
Good.
Time of the year, thinking of a holiday.
Oh, yes.
Taking off some rest.
I cannot stop staring at your top.
Okay.
Amazing. So only you, AK.
So are you. She flatters.
Only you.
Thank you. So
You're welcome.
I love your lemony.
My lemon dress, right? And why not?
What's that cheesecake that has lemon time?
Okay, the cheesecake, the lemon cheesecake, something like that.
How are you today?
I am okay. Okay, you know, we're so good at saying I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, we're so good at mirroring that.
Yeah.
I've had better days, but hey, yeah. But I'm grateful to be alive.
Okay.
So, yeah,
you were somewhere very interesting. Was it
I was last week.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
I was. I was at Makoko.
Whoa.
Very humbling experience, I must say.
Okay,
Yeah.
Like
an outreach.
Outreach.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like an home for young people.
It wasn't actually a home. It was a school.
Okay.
And you know, one of the hats I wear is domestic violence. So we went to then teach the children. It's a program I started called Breakfast Discussions with Diwali, and we talked to them about domestic violence.
Oh.
Very humbling.
Oh.
So, yeah.
So there's a school and the children
there was a
just
school,
come on the
yes, there's a school and a school in the ghetto.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was humbling, yeah.
Okay. All right.
And you, what have you been getting up to?
Oh, I've been trying to do some work. I work sporadically.
Yes, as one does.
A very high net worth friend of mine called me, the governor, to say I need you. So I'm about to change my travel plans. I was meant to be holidaying somewhere, but it's very, very valuable. So when he says jump, I say,
how far? You say how far?
So I'm here trying to do that. There's a lot of stuff going on in Lagos. And then social life, social life is like so
hectic.
Much.
For you?
For
for
all
you.
of us.
We'll
talk about that. But
we're talking about that.
For you women as well.
It is.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
Going to 1 or 2 parties, sometimes 3 a day. It's quite hectic. It takes some planning. It takes a lot of support. And
that's our topic for today, aging. The quirks of aging. Because, you've been doing what you've been doing for a while. How's your aging process going? Are you feeling it?
In some ways, I'm coming to the realization.
Yeah.
I feel it, not so much, but I have the good opportunity of attending like Igbobi College, end of year party.
Yep.
And you see your juniors, some like 20 years your junior, and see your seniors 60s, also
80-year-olds, 70s.
Some like 70, 80, close to 90.
Yeah.
And some tables and some year, there's only like 6 of them attending. Some can't even come. So those times make me reflect that truly, this age and the stuff that comes with it. So 1, I'm happy to be alive. 2, I'm happy with the challenges that I have to deal with. It's Kokoja Farada.
True.
It's bearable. So it makes you sort of like number your days or start to. I know.
Okay.
Where have all the years gone? I still remember my 25.
That's where I was going. Like I was waiting for you. So I was just going to go back. Because when you were talking, I was thinking, I never thought that I was going to get to 60 this quick.
Oh, listen, Joyce.
It's just been so...
Listen, you remember there's this program or film or series that we used to watch called Space 1999.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What was that about?
It was a space journey to Odyssey and stuff.
Okay, I remember that.
And the 99 part of it used to be like, that's a long time
away.
When are they going to get there? 1999. And now we've gone past 1999. We're in the 2000s. Now we're in the 2020s.
Oh.
Amazing.
It is amazing. I was filling in a form a week ago,
Mm.
and it had age brackets. We're extinct. Our age bracket were not there. So I looked at the back. I'm like, Kimo Shalembi. And I just thought, they don't want. Oh, that was humbling. But
it's true.
you know, we thank God. So some of the things. Let's talk about some of the things that are clearly evident. You know, the quirky things like you walk into a room and I'm like, Kimo Shembi, no.
Yeah.
You know,
And you get pissed off. And you if you say you're going to the kitchen, for example, and somebody asks you a question, that small question has thrown you
off balance.
What you're going to go do. So you get there, and you know, for me especially, you want to look cool, like you know what you're doing, and you're like looking around for food. What that come here to do? I can't remember. So oftentimes I make notes to myself.
Yeah, I do as well. I do.
Say remember to
do certain
X, Y,
things.
Z. Even the socials. If I don't write them down.
You forget?
Of course.
Oh, right. So like some of us don't party as much as others.
On Saturday, or was it Saturday? Friday or Saturday. I was somewhere, it was very nice, until I realized, I missed, there's a friend of mine, Tunji, he has a gelato uni.
Okay.
And he was doing an opening. And I drove past the area because I had 2 other things to do. So on a Sunday, 3 things. I'm like,
wow, that was hectic.
It was. So if you don't write it down and
forget.
With the reminders, I must switch off my phone actually before it rings. So yeah. So that's one of it. The other part is you know, like the stuff you used to do on a daily, like you say about exercise.
Yeah.
That seriously, and I was reading some of your stuff that you were like, it's not always easy to do these things. And the motivation to do them that you so I watched that part the clip on your Instagram page about 3 or 4 times saying this is so true. So this is how you get it done, because your body's not cooperating and you have to ginger yourself, you have to find things that gets you going. So one of the things I feel is my tolerance for certain things has changed as well. Like loud noise. I'm always telling the people close to me, I can hear what they're saying. Keep it down. So loud noise, and considering the fact that I used to be a DJ when I was in uni.
Now.
And we're used to, the music has to be pumping, the bass has to be, the windows have to be vibrating, kind of. And now I go and there's a band. If you don't know, you go to parties in Nigeria, the band, no matter the planning, they come and they crank it up. Like, this is not what we agreed on. So the band, and some of them, the tune is not really, and it's not melodious. They just sing off key and shout people's names and stuff. So, and then if you're lucky, you're in the VIP section, which is close to where the speakers are. So double, I quickly, after 5 minutes, I get up and wander. But yeah, that's one of it, my tolerance for noise.
Your tolerance. So tolerance, I relate to. My tolerance is things like, if I go into an office or maybe an organization and the receptionist doesn't say good morning. That just winds me up, because now I'm older, you know, I just think that you should know better. So those are the sort of tolerances that are, you know, somebody being badly behaved. You know, I'm not going to sit and just watch it happen now.
With the receptionist. One, you have an appointment. And the person you have an appointment, you are in front of their office and there's a receptionist and they ask you for your name. And you give your name. And the second question will be, from where? I'm like, from where? Like how?
From
is it where I live? Or where my office is? Or my state of origin? Or country of birth? Or, you know, I said, what do you mean from where? If you just tell the man, my name
is here.
But if I tell you I'm from a big company, you can say, what's your name in that big company? So I know so and so is here to tell. But
stating the obvious.
Absolutely. So,
or people that say, "How was your night?"
Happy Tuesday.
Or happy new month.
Happy new month. But the one that gets me now, that when I drive, is the use of the horn.
Oh, really?
Oh,
are you serious?
the trucks use it to warn people from a mile
A
off.
mile away, yeah.
And it's so loud.
Yeah.
I'm like, so oftentimes I'm winding down and like, what is it? It's like,
Today.
yeah, you know, so
you
I
know.
find also that over time, this knowledge that we have, it restricts you, you know, because there's knowledge and then there's the way you take on the knowledge. So as you get older, some things you start to understand certain things better. So I'm now more knowledgeable about the way I used to drive. For example, you know, my friends would hand over their cars
for you to drive
and ask me to drive because they know how much. That's another thing I used to
enjoy.
Wish I could do professionally, like motor racing.
Oh, you can still do it.
No, I could do the one that would go like maybe travel around the world in cars or something.
Do you still drive?
I still drive. Yeah, I still drive. Yeah, I still drive. Yeah. But now, because of the knowledge that's come in between my 20s and now, and I know that, hey, braking distance, if I'm going at 70 kilometers per hour, that means I need how many meters to stop? And I'm only like 3 meters away from the next car. So now, even on the third mainland bridge, I just smile. I know how much
you're not used to speed in those days.
But now, age and knowledge together is restricting the things that one can do. So
it has restricted. Going back to what you said about working out, it's funny because, you know, when you use weights, you're supposed to get stronger. And thank God that one is using the weights. I'm so happy. But there are some things that I can't do. As you know, the knees are really the knees are the things going. You know.
You see, also because for me, I'm 6'3". And you're 5'10". I was going to say 5'11". So for bigger build people, we really need to take care. I'm telling you, because the smaller people, they seem to be more like Nick Kekere. That girl is going to be like that until 85. I'm telling you, she'll still be doing on her bike and cycling and everything. You know, but listen, for me, just being here at this time and opportunity to make amends for the things that we did wrong, the time that too much time we put onto
irrelevant things.
They were relevant to us at the time.
So when I see the younger generation, and I always like to bring them into our conversations because obviously they're young. They're behaving as if they're always going to be young. And do you think we were like that?
I'm sure.
To a certain degree.
Because, you know, like when you say young, like this adolescence, you see, it's not just a segment of your age that's adolescent. It's actually, there's a period in your life that you are going through. It's almost like puberty, like what we were saying about secondary school. What made it special that we still remember is that we went through a lot in those 5 or 6 years. So you come into puberty, the girls that are like, oh, it's a thing to wear a bra, even if they don't need a bra, they'll go get a bra. You know, and those things were important.
To wear a bra.
You know, and we used to put spirits. Now we're trying to, do I have to shave? You know, and some were naturally very hairy, and they already had the mustache and beard, and you know, and so there's that age that physically you're changing, but also in your mind, you're also changing. And there's the age of the maturity, there's something setting, and you're changing. And then this age that we're getting to, there's 4 cycles of your age, actually. But this age, so those things that come with the young people that they're like, oh yeah, you tell them, I want to do these 6 things. They say, yeah, let's do it. They say, no. Let's try and do 2 today. No, bring everything. You're in your 20s.
I tell you when I knew I was quote unquote old. Not last summer, summer before the last, I went to England, and normally I walk a lot. I can walk from Tottenham Court Road all the way to Bond Street, and Bond Street to Selfridges, all the way to Marble Arch. I can easily do it. Hey! AK. I think I walked from Tottenham Hall Court Road to Oxford Street, and I was like, wow. And then another thing I found I couldn't do, I can't carry my shopping that far anymore. No.
Okay, so do you know what I do?
Yeah.
With the walking, the area you mentioned is very, very busy. Oxford Street.
Yeah.
Except you go very early or very late.
Yeah.
It's very, very busy. So you're having to meander through people. So that's a challenge.
Okay. So you would go earlier.
Also, you are away from your natural habitat. And when you go to the gym, you're walking on soft things like treadmill and whatever. This is concrete floor. You're not walking on the road, which is a bit padded. So it's more tasking. And your shoes and the time, and maybe you're not used to that environment. It takes you a while to settle in. And so the walking part, but the exercise you do is more strenuous than walking.
I don't know. I really felt it though.
You get up early.
I do. I'm an early bird. I'm in the gym at 7.
7?
Quarter to 7, yeah. And I'm done by 8:30. I can't do it in the evening. But
so there's that side, which is the walking that you need to get used to. And they say it's incredible what your body goes through with 1 minute of walking, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, let alone 30. So for shopping,
what do you do?
I choose a day and I come with a suitcase or my hand luggage to town.
Okay.
So I'm not carrying bags and they're smacking you. No. I throw everything in the suitcase and wheel it to the train station and go back.
Okay.
So that's not the day that from shopping I'm going to meet friends or dinner.
Purely for shopping.
Purely for shopping, and I've mapped out all the things and I go.
You're good to go.
So that's how I deal with age. Unlike before, you pack things in.
I used to drag everything, 20 bags. I'm cool going to this shop. That's all that.
Otherwise, we pray we get to that level where we stay in hotels and you just say send it
there.
Send it to my hotel because said you'll pick it up.
Yes, I'm sure you do that anyway. So let's talk about some quirky stuff that I see.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna not say that I haven't done those things.
Okay.
Like dyeing our hair to be black.
Okay.
Do you do that?
It's a consideration. Well, I've not done it yet.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You don't have white hairs?
I do.
No,
I do as well.
Really?
But maybe the ratio or the proportion.
Wow, I'm amazed.
But I see guys that dye their hair, they look nice.
Yeah.
So if it's your thing,
if you want to have,
if it's your thing, look, it differs from person to person.
You're right.
So for me, I also see guys that have like gray hair, and it's
they look really nice. Yes.
well done. Even the gray with the dark gray and the black, it looks nice. But if it's and you don't feel, do what you want to do. The age of telling anybody this is the right thing is long gone. So if you don't feel as confident, because this level of confidence is not for everybody.
You're right.
So you have to be strong enough to say, what about going bald? And it's not your fault. It's something that just happens. And it's probably like hereditary or whatever it is. And you're going bald. So either you rock it, your half moon or full moon, no hair at all. You rock it. Whatever. So for me, I wouldn't judge anyone that goes to dye, their hair. I actually look forward to nice gray.
Are you serious?
I don't mind because, I am who I am, regardless of
the hair,
the look,
color, and all that.
the whatever. Who I am is inside, not
outside.
Based on what I wear or don't wear or my look. And that's what I always say to couples and to people close to me as well, that initially you're attracted by the looks or the spec or there's my height or this skin color.
So it's all about hair, really.
But over time, and that's the quirkiness of old age, that you now know someone and you know that, she's not very good. Like Joyce is very punctual. She wakes up early. Sometimes I'm still awake when
when I'm sleeping.
When you have gotten up
Yep.
from sleeping, I'm still awake, and she puts this recording on a Saturday morning. So that means I sleep for 2 hours.
And then you rush down to come
I
and do
rush
this.
down, my voice, I'm knackered. I wish I was in bed. I almost want to bring a pillow along. And she says, "Oh, we're recording today." I'm like, "Oh Lord,
How?
I was still awake at 6 a.m. What's going on?"
Yeah.
But those are the issues I find out, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm guilty. I dye my hair.
Okay.
At one stage, I actually thought I was going to go silver,
Okay.
but I couldn't pull it off.
Okay.
I wasn't confident enough to pull it off.
Okay.
But maybe along the line. Somehow.
Okay.
And I also think that women, we have it because we have menopause.
Okay. Yeah.
You guys don't have that.
We
You have
do.
midlife crisis.
We do now. We have the andropause.
What was that?
The men version of menopause. You don't know?
No.
You better ask
Is it
somebody.
pulling my leg? Are you serious?
For real? Yeah.
And so
There's andropause, there's menopause.
Okay.
Look it up.
They're looking it up already.
Yeah. There is.
Really?
I'm not
And
going to lie.
what are the symptoms?
So, okay, let me digress.
Yeah.
A doctor friend of mine, his name is Yemisi Odubayo.
Okay.
Very dear friend of mine. He came and gave us a...
He's a he.
Yemisi, yeah. Yeah, it's good for chat-ups. My name is
Yeah.
Start talking.
Hello, Yemisi, if you want to.
Yeah. So he came and he gave us, as a group, my set, he was talking about this health and whatever. And he went on to talk about menopause.
Yeah.
And, you know, really and truly, a lot of the guys were looking and nodding that, yeah, maybe that's what my wife
is going
or
through.
my partner is going through. Because I'm thinking I can't even figure
what's going on.
So there's that, and so the understanding of that, which probably you want to expatiate upon. So because we as men, we need to understand what's going on, and how it affects you, the woman. And so what I then deduced from his lecture then was that no wonder people are breaking off in their late 40s and 50s because they don't understand. And before then, there's the usual, how are we going to develop our lives challenge? And there's a quarrel from that. I want it like this, I don't want it like this. Then, so you've had years of quarreling, which we need to sort out. And now, it now looks like the quarreling has gone to another level. And now it's the issue of menopause. And so the man is looking and saying, if you are still like this at this age, I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to leave. But the person is trying to change, but there's some circumstances that's almost like, when you describe it, almost like something takes over your body, who you are. So
menopause is it's a stage in life. I'm sure people know you when you kind of stop your period and then you go into this. No, I wouldn't want to say downward spiral, but a lot of traits. We have hot flushes.
Yeah, I know about that.
Mood swings.
Is that Spanish summer?
Yes, and it's horrible. It's really horrible.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's really horrible. So
what's like a hot flush?
So it's just that you can actually feel it coming. So it's kind of like a warm feeling of heat coming up I'm telling you, all the way up, and then all of a sudden you're sweating, and nobody else is sweating with you. It's just you. Really weird, and it happens at night.
It's not your village people.
No, it's not village people. You see, and we need men to be more understanding to these things.
I am.
I've woken up before, and I know many women have woken up and they thought they've wet themselves, and it's a hot flush at night. It's that bad. So we're dealing with a lot. You people, we're dealing with a lot, and then it makes us irritable. You know, like I spoke about a lot of irritability, mood swings. Yeah. Just a lot of things. Itchy. I mean, the numerous. I mean, it varies from person to person. These are the ones that are common.
Most of the time, for like, and it's from what age to what age?
So research before, I always thought it was people like 50, 60, but I hear younger people now are going into menopause. Because I was talking. Funny enough, I was talking to Faye, and she was talking about some people that she knew that were going into menopause in their 40s.
Oh wow!
You know, and remember that our generation, it's not like our parents. I don't remember my mom talking about menopause.
Yeah, they put up with a lot of stuff.
I never remember.
You know, also for our parents' time as well, maybe the diagnosis wasn't really there.
Maybe.
and maybe it was stuff that
And then they just go
they
on
just
with it
put up with it and just say, look, that's no excuse.
for
I still
anything
need to,
or thing.
So it's only now. That's what I was alluding to earlier about education.
Yeah.
The education,
Now has
you have more
more
knowledge, and you also can exert some level of control
Yeah.
because now you know better.
You know better.
Yeah, so
you know better.
I think it's something that we should talk more about, and maybe if we have the time, invite people to come
some
because
professionals.
menopause, andropause,
They're
all
real.
these changes. So I think it's something on its own that we need
Topic that we
to
need to address.
share and talk because once you know, you now know that it's not personal.
Correct.
You know, like
You're not the only one as well.
Slightly different, but it's the way we treat people with mental challenges that you think you can flog.
Exactly. Yeah.
Someone
You now
that's
know better.
dyslexic, you think it's because they didn't beat them well that they will correct themselves.
True.
Somebody that has challenges with society and it's not developing at the same rate as everybody else.
You're
So
right.
we believe we can pray. Well, you can pray, but you can't beat. It's not about beating out, and it's not from fighting and saying, "Why are you like this? I'm fed up."
Yeah.
We must know as men that women are going through this, and this is how we can support.
Yes.
And men are going through a lot, but today we're talking about women. So
we're talking about
men go through a lot more.
You think so?
Of course.
Oh, we're going through a lot.
So a lot of men with the age are feeling a lot of loneliness.
So I hear a lot of that now.
Yeah, because you've over-invested as the man
in the children
to provide for everybody and be there for everybody. Yeah, but at what proportion? We didn't really balance that out. So a lot of people are spent, they're knackered. A lot of people are thinking, oh, so where did I spend all my time?
That's it. What did I do?
And then this preponderance of overlooking after children. And that's all we think we are on this earth to do. Just to rear children like a farm. And then like they say in Yoruba, how do you translate it?
My mom used to say that.
What does that say it in English?
I'm going to escort you up to the place where you're not going to be fearful of anything.
You see?
My mom used to say that a lot.
That's even wrong.
It's wrong. So I guess while we're winding up, because time is never on our side when we start this topic. What I feel, what upsets me a bit is what I'm going to say, that the younger generation seem to give us a tough time about our parenting skills, about, about a lot of things, especially the African auntie. You see a lot of that on Instagram and on social media. Forgetting that our own era was different. We're also going through a lot, like you said. We've raised our children in the best way that we are. And what a lot of them should remember is we're not going to be around for too long.
Absolutely.
Let's just make the most of the time that one has left.
In fairness to a lot of the young people, they've known you all their lives. I went to a guy's birthday, Justice Oyewale, and his son was saying, it was also the son's birthday on the day of the surprise for the judge. And the son was saying, I've known this man for 34 years. I met him 34 years ago. So that's when the son was born. So most of our children just know us as parents. You sort it out. Don't
take
care.
us for granted.
No, not for granted. It's a duty you perform, and they become accustomed, not for granted. They become accustomed to you.
You think they don't take us for granted?
They don't, because you have not taught them otherwise. You have not demanded of them things that they've not come through with. Like all my Caucasian friends, like 98% of them, the parents collect money for rent in the house. They collect money for NEPA. They collect money for washing machine from them. And we as Nigerians, we look at the Oyibos and say, how can you do that?
Money from your
You're collecting money from your child. Oyibosha. But the flip side of that is, it trains the child that, as I'm earning, I can't spend all the money on myself. I need to pay some bills. So when the time comes, they almost push the child out at 20, 24. Go out. Go and get your own place. And then the child gets a place. He's already bought a TV whilst he was living with his
Yeah.
parents. He's gotten some things in his room. So when he's moving out, they help him to move out. And then when child wants to settle down, find a husband or would-be wife or whatever, partner, they can then say, listen, the ones that have money, the parents that have money can say, all the monies we've been collecting from you, it's now this amount.
Yeah.
Go and use it to get a mortgage. But in Nigeria,
we try and
do everything that, look, it's only by luck that our children are able to do stuff. So we overdo. And then there's some that nobody even does for them. So we need to find a healthy balance. And I think that's where it comes from, that every one of us, I'm telling you, the other day I was talking to a friend of mine, and he was telling me that his son doesn't eat quite a lot of stuff. That he prefers just
healthy stuff.
Like really like top notch.
Yeah.
He doesn't touch all the other stuff.
Expensive.
I said, that's good, but at least you can afford to give him what he wants. But I told you, I said, Tito, do you know that if you just say to your son, there's no money to buy whatever,
all these things.
this is what is here. This and this, and you put it on the table. After 2 hours or 3 hours, he will go there and say, let me try
this.
Not bad. Because, or if it's 4 hours, and that's how we are as human beings. If you find yourself somewhere, it's like, okay, there's no food. Start looking at all the grass around and whatever and say, which one is edible? That's how we discover things now. So I think as older people, we look back now and you say, maybe. Because there's nothing like a struggle. There's nothing like it. It's a beautiful thing. You go to the gym and the first 2 days, it's like,
then you conquer it.
Can I ride this bike? 5 minutes, care. My thighs are aching me. Then you take a break for 1 day, come back again.
You get better.
You do 7 minutes. My thighs, you take another day off. Before long, you are missing that activity if you're not doing it. But it's training, it's that exercise, that struggle. And that struggle is what we don't understand, that we see it as poverty. That my child is doing this. How can my child wash plates when I have 3 people here? No. So now, because I live close to the Lekki Ikoyi Bridge, on a Saturday, for example, you see people, they carry one weight in one hand, one weight in the other, and by themselves. They're walking up and down from Ikoyi to Lekki and back with weights. Meanwhile, when we were growing up, they send you an errand, go and buy this for me in the market, you'll be cursing under your breath. Because exercise, you go there, if you are running late, you pick up the pace, you walk briskly, you carry things, it builds you up, you know how to cross the road. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. So those are the things that I feel as an older person.
As an elderly somebody.
I'm getting there. I'm not elderly yet. By United
I don't like
Nations.
that word. I don't like that word, elderly. But and we're grateful.
We are.
We're healthy.
We are.
And I guess for me, the message I'm trying to relay is for every elderly person out there, anybody over the age of 50, it's key to be mobile. It's key to be healthy. And it doesn't have to be a gym, because people say they don't have to, you must find that time to stay healthy so that we can live till 80, 90, maybe 100.
I mean, for me, like I want to join this gym activity. I want to seriously.
But you're very active with your work anyway.
I'm active with work. I'm active with play. And when I go out, I rarely sit. I want to dance for like the 3 hours I'm out. At home, just play music. Five tunes. And you dance. That's already like 15, 20 minutes of dancing. It's very important. And the music puts you in a good mood. That's why I use when I'm not feeling too strong. I listen to music, and the music lifts my mood. Wear my colored glasses so everywhere looks, especially when I'm abroad, I wear my yellow glasses. So everywhere like sunny. I don't like dark and grey and dismal weather. But really and truly, it's all inside. Joyce, and you alluded to that. That's how you are on the inside that comes out on the outside. So you can even be poor. And check this out. once in a while I listen to my driver and he's playing his Fuji music. And with 2 bottles of beer, and
He's
they're having a
good.
good
Yeah,
time.
better than
You know,
most people.
so you
It's
cannot
not
tell
about
me that you're having a better time than
him.
somebody
Of
that's
course.
no. So it's all relative,
Yeah,
yeah.
it is.
So
It is.
just find where you're happy. The mistakes you have made, embrace them. You've learned from it, and you're going to make changes.
Yeah. Make
And
peace. Make peace with people as well.
just keep going. And the peace with people is so important because people are also struggling.
Yeah. You don't know what they're
And that's
going
what I
through.
like about these parties because it's a central part of my weekend,
Yeah.
you know.
You can chill with the boys.
Yeah, you go sit with people from one table to the other, you're chatting. But these guys also have their issues.
Yeah, everybody.
They have their challenges. And you just push all those things to one side. Say,
Have a
okay,
good time.
this headache here, that headache here, and you come out. And for like 4 or 5 hours, you go meet other people, and you are very, okay, just deal with the loud music from the band. You have something to eat.
Have a good
You
time.
have somebody to say, well, and they bring a Niger parties.
Food.
You know? We can eat like 7 times.
Somebody said we can eat 1,000 calories at a sitting in a Niger party.
And after you call your driver, I'm outside, come and pick me.
That's it.
And take your gele or fila off. You know?
Wow.
So yeah, it is
not a bad
what
thing
it
to
is. We're all going through and we're all experiencing these things. Growing old. Gracefully, we should, yeah. And the other side which we should talk about next time is how to reconcile yourself with the past.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't beat
live in the
yourself up.
present
Yeah.
and look forward to the future,
Yeah.
whatever how far that is.
Yeah.
But that's why I don't remember a lot of things from the past because once it's done,
You move on. I tend to dwell on the past,
you
which is not a
do.
good thing. Somebody told me, dwelling on the past is depression. Dwelling on the future is anxiety. Dwelling on the moment, this present moment, is peace of mind. So I always remember that. So the past is depression, the future is anxiety.
So why do you hold on to the past?
I just tend to replay.
Oh, really?
I'm an overthinker, so I replay things that I think that I should have done better. Yeah, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of, and now that I'm elderly, I'm an elderly somebody. I realize I do that, so it's not as often.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah. I think it's good that you think about the past.
Yeah, but don't
and you can lessons learned from that time
and move on.
Bring it to today.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But a lot of things, when I hear people say all things are passed away, it's not really, until in your mind you have really said, oh, listen, you offended me when we were in school. I thought you were very good and whatever. Yeah. And the other person says sorry, and then you can move on. Yeah, you put a close to it. And then even if you don't see the person, that person did this wrong. Yeah. Whether they know it or not, I know it. And I've forgiven and I've moved on because you yourself, you do stuff that is wrong. So who are you to hold one person accountable? My daughter said to me, I'm doing slow living.
Is that what she said? I like that.
Yeah, because you're now, like before that, you just rush past everything. Now you're intentional about the things. So you're enjoying the moment. You're not just...
And I agree to that. We are slow living.
Yeah.
Once again, AK, come to the end of another series of Fab at 50. We hope you found it as interesting as we have.
Yeah.
And learned a lesson or two.
Yeah.
I've learned that I am slow living. Not a bad thing.
Yes, you should. I'm trying to do the same.
Yeah, yeah. Any last words?
Last words, just I'm happy to be the age I am. I associate with 48, but my real age I identify as 48. But truth be told, and the other side is, I go out and, we're doing all this rigorous dancing. And the next morning, to get up,
I'm telling you, I to check
because, look, even old age, do you know this, just getting up like we used to do?
No, you can't do that.
Some people stagger,
Yes.
Because you need to settle like a
joke or not, kilo balance, then chilling,
before you get up. You can't even get up. It's almost like you're drunk.
Yeah, because you're going from low to high. Once you're older,
so it's a part of growing old as well, that you feel those things. Yeah. But aren't we lucky that we're even growing old? Because people are dropping any age. Yeah. So
And you know, when I'm with
it's a good problem to
it
have.
is a good program. When I went with my granddaughter the other day, I was talking to her, and I said to her, "I have a granddaughter. She's 8. Yeah, so you didn't know? I have a granddaughter.
What does granddaughter mean? That's
my son has a child. You didn't know? And I've known you for years. I have a granddaughter who is 8. And I was talking to her the other day, and I said, "Do you think I'm old?" She said, "Grandma, you are old." And I said, "Why?" You know what she did? She took her little hand. She went, "Your hair, it starts from here." She was like, I couldn't stop laughing. So even though we feel that we're young, we're still old to them. You know?
Yeah. But you see, also what you must know is that the difference between young and old is the ability to do stuff.
Yeah.
So you can think about it, and everyone can, and everyone should. But the ability to do it, like if we're watching football, and you're like saying, dribble him, fade to go to the right and go to the left.
But you can't jump up and do that.
You try it now. 5 minutes, you're like, sub. But in your mind, you can think it. You can, if you reminisce over primary school days, you can see it like today. Yeah, but to do it,
you can't. Even when I see people dancing, I'm like, in my mind, I can do it. You run Igbo,
but you can dance.
No, I dance like Oyibo, but people don't notice. Anyway, brings us to the end once again.
Yeah.
Awesome topic, and maybe something we can address on the medical side and bring in some medics in another series. But it was wonderful once again.
Always a joy.
Yeah. Once again, come to the end of another series of Fab at 50. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and more importantly, if something resonated with you, leave your comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you, and see you on the next series.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Take care. Hey! See what I mean? It's not easy.
Okay.
You're sitting here for so long.